Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. It was nice to have a little downtime for a change. But I'm very much looking forward to 2026. I've got four exciting things I want to share with you. But first, I want to introduce you to the new board in case you haven't heard who's on yet. Our first full board meeting was held on January 6th, and the board is going to be meeting every week going forward. Besides myself as president and Dwayne Esser as vice president, they include Peter Conway, vice president at large, Bruce Johnson, vice president at large, Jim Hagel, director at large, Ralph Manning, treasurer, Liz Har, secretary, Deborah Johnson, immediate past president, and then the three board members that were elected at convention are Christy Caspers, Chris Lalo, and Joe Canarney. The three board members that were elected by the National Council are Michelle Pease-Paulson from the Western Regions, Claude Clark from the Central Regions, and Mike Wilson from the Eastern Regions. The National Council, our 18 regional directors, are going to continue to meet once a month, just as we did last year. Dave Doherty was elected as their presiding officer, with Tony Reed as their secretary. Two members of the new board met with USCF leadership on December 18th, and they were to discuss both general and specific issues between our organizations. It was an all-afternoon meeting, but it was really fruitful for both sides. As is almost always the case, when two parties struggle in a relationship, both parties are a little bit right and a little bit wrong. And as a lawyer, I can tell you I've seen that over and over again. It might sound like a cliche, but truly more open communication is going to have to exist on both sides if we're going to make progress. And I think that we will. After that meeting, I believe there will be a concerted effort at better communications going forward and more accountability for both parties. As a result of that meeting, and as an example of what indicates to me their genuine willingness to work for the breeds, the USCF is issuing a presidential modification to further delay the microchipping requirement to December 1st of 2026. Now, I know many of you have already taken the initiative to have done this with your horses, and there are plenty of benefits that you will have as a result. Frankly, personally, I think the merits of microchipping outweigh the detriments. But the issue is, are those merits significant enough for USCF to mandate it rather than just making it a strong suggestion? So while this is under further review, you can relax about the microchipping requirement for the 2026 show season. And while I anticipate our relationship with USCF will move in a very positive direction, the task force still remains in effect, and they'll continue their analysis of our situation. I realize that registrations were down this year. There's no way to sugarcoat that. But here is some good news. It is reported to me that the AWPA, the Arabian Western Pleasure Association's mare nominations for their program in 2026 are up by 30%, over 100 horses. That's amazing. And it's an all-time high for the 10 years that that program has been in existence. So what does that mean? I don't really know, but I hope this is indicative of a collective sense of optimism, that together we're going to change the trajectory of our breed and that people are betting on the future. Whatever it is, we'll take it, right? Academy classes have been very popular and helpful in other breeds, and I know there has been talk of adding such a division in our breed. And I don't want to get the cart before the horse, but the local level committee, in conjunction with the MDP, has compiled a toolkit for show managers and show secretaries, and that includes all the resources they would need to implement academy classes into their Arabian shows. It's a start. It's a way to open up our shows to more people. On January 18th, they will be hosting an introductory webinar that everyone is invited to attend. The toolkit will include suggested rules, sample class schedules, entry forms, premium language, reminders about Academy judging, and other information to help implement Academy classes at local shows. So look for an email invitation with a link for the webinar that'll be coming up soon. In an unexpected turn, the GCAT, the Global Champions Arabian Tour, added 3 performance classes to their halter shows: Purebred Western, Purebred Hunter, and Purebred Saddle Seat, all of which are Pro-Am classes. And we all know how much fun Pro-Am classes are. So that's going to be great. And those are scheduled for all 4 of their shows this year: Scottsdale in February, Miami in April, Dallas in August, and Las Vegas in October. So I'm thrilled to see our community slowly coming back together. I really encourage everybody to participate in these classes, especially since the purse is $45,000 a class. So let's do our best to support their shows. Well, that's all I have for now. Look for more updates in the near future. And until then, my door is always open and feel free to give me a call at any time. Thank you very much.